Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Nightcap, hosted by yours truly, mouthing off with Mike. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me, M-I-K-E. And I know we're a little bit later than we usually are on The Nightcap, but joining me tonight, I've got one half of the Black Masses and Constellations. She is a staple on the Tuesday Nightcap Delight. I've got Torin LP. And yes, indeed, you know the man himself. He makes you say, "Aw, damn, it's that man. It's Knit Ram." Ladies, gentlemen, how we feeling tonight? How we doing?
Feeling good, feeling good.
We're tired, but we're here.
We're tired. Listen, and I'm tired of my goddamn technology crapping out on me in the last 11th hour. The reason we are later than usual tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is because of me. Yes, indeed. It is my fault that we are late to the Nightcap by almost 30 minutes. So you guys can thank the lovely dust storm that has been rolling through my neck of the woods here tonight. But we got to get into NXT, the Great American Bash, Night 2. We're going to kind of do a speed run here tonight. So buckle up, baby, because we're going to fly through this. NXT is cooking. We got Nitrab throwing up some notes here. You might see him throw some shade. You might see him throw some haymakers, but we got Kayfabe Keith in the building. What's going on, good brother? Thanks. We still love you. I hope someone loves me at least tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with some breaking news. Starting in October, when NXT heads on over to the CW, NXT is going to go on the road for the first 2 weeks of October. October 1st, they will start in Chicago, Illinois. And of course, Chicago's own CM Punk will be there. The following week, they'll be in St. Louis, Missouri. And Randy Orton will be there live in attendance. So I'm going to pose this question to you guys. Do we see NXT full-time on the road starting in October and here on out? We'll start with Knit Ram.
I like that NXT has a option of its own. So to me, it's cool. Like, let them travel. I don't think it works if you're promising a superstar, a hometown superstar every single time, because people are going to expect that. You know what I mean? Like, if you come to North Carolina, I'm expecting you to bring a North Carolinian main roster person. So, I mean, I'm just saying they shouldn't be doing that in the first place. CM Punk's understandable. It's CM Punk. But you don't need Randy on NXT. Randy doesn't need to be on NXT at all. So, how I feel about it, they should stay in Florida.
I respect it. Torin, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think NXT will tour, or do you think this is just kind of like a 2-week special for the CW?
I think NXT is trying to slowly inch back into the touring feel of things. We've seen what it looks like to get a not so great crowd, outside of the PC arena, but we've also seen a great crowd when you let them get their big matches off. I just feel like the CW is a big deal, something to celebrate. We want to make sure we get the biggest feel around those first couple of shows. I mean, I'm not complaining about my favorite fucking people, CM Punk and Randy Orton on Tuesdays, but at the same time, like he said, like Randy on a Tuesday, a hometown superstar, but like I said, they're trying to inch back into the traveling, because as much as I like to hear, okay, they're doing their NXT lives, like, it's only so many times you can go around Florida.
Sure. I can understand that. I'm on the other side of this, where I think NXT going touring, every once in a while isn't a bad thing. But I do agree with Nitram in the fact of, like, we can't do this, have the hometown hero show up on every NXT because they are going to expect that. And you want to keep that special for those big events. So I like the point. We got Brandy Savage. What's going on? Good brother. We got a lot of 4 sides of the ring representation. We're going to get into a little bit about 4 sides and what they got going on in the next couple of weeks here a little bit later. But let's see. I hope they only do it a few times a year. I like the vibe they have now. Plus, it makes that much better for the wrestlers when they finally do get the call up. Kayfabe Keith.
Right.
Kind of cooking.
Okay.
First match on NXT Great American Bash saw the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne take on Trick Williams. And I'm in a little shock still, Ram and Torin, that Trick Williams took the loss clean. And as you see, we've got Ram with his little post-it notes. Trick can't rest. Listen, I'm glad you're on the Nightcap because I wanted to have a discussion about this tonight with you. It's unfortunate that we may not be able to get into the full discussion, but I want to ask you, I thought Trick looked great tonight against Pete Dunne.
I thought Trick looked great tonight.
You don't see it?
Guys, it's Pete Dunne. It's Pete Dunne.
And what about it?
Look, hear me out. Pete Dunne's fabulous. He's a fabulous wrestler. So they put him against Trick Dunne. Trick didn't have a good match on the last NXT. He won't have a good match. I'm trying to tell you. Do what All Ego did and make anybody look like a star. Made old boy look like a star tonight. I'm just saying.
There's a hater in the house. Should I get him?
Yeah, if you got to get him, you got to get him.
All right. Let me just start here. On one of the first couple of episodes of my podcast, I don't know if the Lord put it on my spirit to say it, but I said, y'all might eat me up for this, but I think Trick needs something. I don't know if he needs a summer camp with Braun Breaker to work on his intensity. I don't know if he needs a fucking class with Karrion Kross to work on a submission move and cultivate that into his move set. But how the fuck do I skip over my favorite Big Pete Dunne? This motherfucker is intense and he is submission specialist. Once again, Pete Dunne was looked over by me. I looked over him. He got a good ass match out of Big Trick Willie. Trick Willie got down. He got dirty. He did stuff I ain't seen him do with nobody. And from that backstage segment, it looked like they're gonna run this shit back. That's all I got to say.
Ooh.
Shout out to Trent 7. I got a little gray in my hair this time around. A little red for Pete too. A little orangey red.
Now the hair looks fire, immaculate.
They call me Torin 8. 4 + 4. What'd you do? 8.
Yo. Ram, what do you got to say to this? Let's pretend this is an episode of Opinionated, hosted by yours truly, Nit Ram. So what's your opinion on what Torin just had to say?
My opinion is that she pretty much just said it. She overlooked Pete, right? Pete is fabulous. It's called the Trick effect, because it tricks you to make you think someone's better than what they actually are. Not because it's Trick Williams. I apply this to plenty of people. It tricks you to think someone's better than they actually are. Trick is green as it could possibly be. I'm talking about as green as broccoli. My boy cannot wrestle, but Pete Dunne is so good. The same way Carmelo Hayes was so good. The same way Ilya Dragunov was so good. They could pull a good match out of anybody.
Okay,
you know the expression, they could wrestle a broomstick and make it look good.
Okay, but
Trick is a broomstick.
If he is a broomstick, let's say he is a broom, that's a stick. How many times has he gotten the chance to get into a ring with somebody like Pete Dunne that's not Ilya Dragunov? Because him and Ilya went at it 3 times, and even from the first time, I said, damn, ain't nobody tell y'all to do that like that. That was in February of last year. From the first time,
you put him in the ring with average people, and he looks below average.
Oh boy.
Put him in the ring with average people, he looks below average. Cedric Alexander, he looked below average. Put him in the ring with an average wrestler, one of these NXT developing people who are as good as he is, and they look terrible. That's your former champion. He's a bum. He's over.
Wow.
You can't wrestle. All I gotta say.
You're looking at my spirit.
We're looking at the beautiful sunrise here because it's the Nightcap, but sometimes things get a little sunny here. Wow, that got wild. I'm very happy that I didn't
Trick
ring the bell
Willie.
on that one.
I'm not
glad
gonna let them do you like this.
We got it. She's the Charlie Dempsey president of the fan club, but she's also the
Not
Trick
anymore.
Willie.
Did I tell you I denounced? I denounced.
You announced Charlie
I love Charlie
Dempsey?
Dempsey for what it's
I
worth.
told them, Lord,
I
I
love
said,
Charlie
y'all
Dempsey.
well, that's good for you. He's a great young man. But I said, y'all got a fortnight to get this little girl away from my team, my boys. And they did not heed my warning. So apparently Ren Sinclair got it from here. Clearly. I'm passing the responsibility to her.
Hey, that's it. Ren
I love her
Sinclair,
too.
you're up. You're next.
You're
What's
next
up,
up to bat,
podcast
baby girl.
Smitty? What's up to the Don, Nitram, and Torin? Parentheses, love her. Hey, we got the number one fan of Torin in the building, podcast Smitty. You got a little the Trick can't wrestle slander is unreal. The Prez is in the building. Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Nitram has chosen violence.
He acted like this was his show.
Facts.
His
I've chosen
opinionated
facts.
Pete is definitely what Trick needs. Trick will get better. I agree.
Thank
Trick
you.
will improve. Trick will improve.
Can I say? Ooh, thank you. Thank you. Never mind. Thank you.
Fun fact, indie wrestler Man Scout once wrestled a tent at an indie show somewhere. This is true. That did happen. I don't know if you guys saw that viral footage a couple years ago. He did, in fact, wrestle a tent, this guy. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Whole gimmick is he's a Boy Scout and he wrestled the tent in the ring, legitimately, at an indie show. Back to the NXT Great American Bash Part 2. Pete Dunne did get this win here tonight. I like it. Looks like we're going to run it back either next week or the following week. Personally, Torin Nitram, I would have liked to have seen Sheamus come into play here, pop up in NXT, screw Pete Dunne, because Pete Dunne has been all over Sheamus with the shillelagh. So that was my one regret from this match. The Women's North American Championship was on the line. We saw Kalani Jordan against Tatum Paxley, who is a woman I think has it. She understands the character work. She understands her role. But unfortunately, she fell short here tonight in capturing gold. After the match, Wendy Chu does in fact come out and chokes her out just a little bit. She just choked her a little bit.
Like literally
Ram,
a team.
just a little bit. Nitram, what do you think about the Spooky Girls here on NXT?
I love Wendy. And look, you know what? We have a saying on Four Sides, make wrestling less predictable. I didn't see her taking out Tatum so quickly. It generally made me pop. Like I almost stood off my couch, y'all. I was like, geez. I think she needs to beat Kalani. I think they need to give it to one of them. And if it's not Tatum, then go ahead and give it to Wendy. I have no problem with Kalani. I think she was I went on record to say she wasn't the right choice. I think she's doing a great job. I think she did a great job. Put it on someone else. I'm already kind of over her. I'm really into what Wendy's doing. And Wendy can do a lot. So let's get that title on Wendy.
Good thought.
I like it. Torin, what do you think about the Spooky Girls here with Tatum and Wendy?
I like them because I like them. From the second that I saw that they were both doing a spooky thing under the same roof, I literally said, I don't care what they're doing, put them together. And it looks like my words were taken a little too literally, because as much as I want this for Wendy, it looks like they don't have the clear-cut plan of how to make a Wendy Chu title reign with this gimmick work. And I'm not willing to put the pieces in front of y'all. Y'all better, like, the makeup is beautiful for that. Dark, grim, like you're scared, but it's pretty. She got a submission move. I'm begging all of you women, god damn it, if y'all don't start choking people out.
Listen, you'll know Torin and Tortellini, her co-host of Black Masses and Constellations, they are advocates for bringing back submissions in wrestling, not only with the women, but the men too. We don't see a submission win quite as often as we should, because it's a great tool to have. So I agree, Torin. I will say, though, I'm going to disagree with you, because I'm going to hit you with 5 names right now. Kalani Jordan is the current Women's North American Champion. We've got Wendy Chu. You've got Tatum Paxley. You've got Izzy Dame. You've got Sol Ruka. And you've got JC Jane. Of those 5 women I just listed to you, who is your next NXT North American Women's Champion?
Name them again.
We got JC Jane. We got Sol Ruka. We got Izzy Dame. We got Tatum Paxley and Wendy Chu. Who do you pick as your new NXT North American Women's Champion?
The only choice is Tatum Paxley. And I would literally turn this into an opinionated episode if you made me substantiate that answer.
Okay, I like it. Nitram. Watch opinionated.
Easily. Like it's Wendy. Like I said.
Okay.
It's Wendy.
Better question.
I think
if it's not Wendy,
I think her entire comeback.
If it's not Wendy, who is it of those 5 names for you?
Oh, then Soruka. It's Soruka. She has the pop move. Always go with the pop move.
Also
interesting.
She's also high on my
still
list
have
for
the
next.
knee brace?
Yes. She's still rocking the knee brace.
I think she does.
And that's the only reason she's not my top pick.
Interesting.
I don't care.
Have safety.
I want her to be at her fullest. I want her to be at her best. I don't want her to go for that move and accidentally clip somebody with the knee brace. I don't want no one's, I want her to do her things at her top potential. And with that knee brace still on, clearly, there's still some healing left to go, or we want to be safe to make sure she's good to go. I don't think it would be on if it's like not necessary.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. So it really does. At the end of the day, you do want to have a healthy champion, and Ariel Soul's coming back. She's been back for a little bit, but definitely got to keep an eye on that, man. She does that soul snatcher, and that's a move that, things could happen. High risk, high reward. We got the Prez.
Negative conversation.
Oh no, there's no negative conversations ever on the Nightcap. There's just good conversation. So the people viewing this one, they should know. Mike lost 3 count trivia once. Yeah, you know what? I did lose 3 count trivia, and it was and I smiled in defeat. Keith,
I almost won.
The Prez has met Man Scout. All right. And Kota Ibushi wrestled a doll once, and it was great. Yeah, he did wrestle a doll once, and it was if Dave Meltzer had his say, it probably would have been a 6-star match. And there were stars everywhere. We had a couple more championship matches here on NXT Great American Bash Week 2. We saw our current NXT champion, All Ego, Ethan Page, defend against on-site Oro Mensah in a really damn good match here. Ethan Page retained here, kept his NXT championship. There is no more 1, 2, 3 chants from the crowd. But Oro Mensah almost had him. If his foot wasn't under the rope, we might be saying end new tonight. Nitram, thoughts on this match / thoughts on who's next for Mr. All Ego?
He's an ego fan.
Thoughts on the match? I'm so happy we have an NXT champion that can wrestle. Besides that, the match was really good. Really good, y'all. It was really good. I've been waiting for so long to have an NXT champion that can wrestle. It's so good to see it again. He made him look like a star. All the way to the ending, which I think was a planned botch, so it's fine. The match was great. That part. Ego is him. Ego is it. Ego needs to fight someone from TNA. It needs to be Josh Alexander.
Yeah, I like it. Torn, who do you want to see Ego?
It needs to be Josh Alexander.
Who do you want to see Ego go up against next year, Torn, if you had your pick?
So I can't find the appropriate light, but the only option is for my Supernova 11 to return and to fuck the city up. Like, oh, God.
Yes, Torn.
So let me just say, this was a very, like you said, a very good match from Oro Mensah. And I think he needed to remind a few motherfuckers that he does this. He been doing this. Like, we ain't seen this much effort out of him since his first couple of matches on like NXT TV. Like I said, this is Kofi's son, low key. He flipping, he dipping, he got chips. So even with I won't say it, but like Nitran said, that little slippity dip off the rope, even just the way he went about that, like, bro, you gotta be an acrobat to catch yourself and continue to fall or do whatever you did. Just like the spot through the table, like my brother had to let people know, don't play with him. And now that we established that, my Supernova 11 finna come and fuck the city up, because my boy been going at a high level since the mid 2010s, and he's still on NXT like Tuesday. Like, this baby done already performed on Raw before. Boyd done been doing this. So I just think he need to come back.
I think that's a great shout, Torrin. I know you're a big Noam Dar fan. So at the end of the day, I think that's the logical, Ethan Page took this man out, put him on the shelf, in kayfabe, of course, shout out kayfabe. We always like to keep you always like to keep things kayfabe here. I think he's the perfect person to come talk with Ethan Page, have a little scrap. And honestly, NetRam, at this point, I wouldn't be mad if Noam Dar won and held the NXT championship. I think he's a guy who's earned it, and I think he's deserving of it. He turns his face.
And
I'm not going to talk bad about
he
Noam
would
Dar.
be able to have good matches. You better not.
Yeah, he's a fabulous wrestler. Noam Dar's a fabulous wrestler. I've been a big fan of Noam Dar since his 205 days. You know what I'm saying? The Dar.
Right.
I'm a big fan of him. I really am.
Alicia Fox.
Funny story. Never saw any of
guy.
that. I wasn't watching.
You never saw the Noam Dar Alicia Fox saga? Oh my God.
I saw a picture of him with short hair, and I thought it was AI.
Listen, Nitram can tell you, and I can tell you, Noam Dar and the Alicia Fox saga, honestly, hilarious television, dude. That used to crack me up.
I believe it.
My Fox.
His early work, like I said, was great.
And the fact that
he
can say he has early work, like the baby don't look more than 30. I think he's 31, 32. So the fact that he got early work, he been on TV with Foxy. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
An actor, a comedian, leader. Your next NXT champion, down with the ego.
I'm not mad at it. Yeah, he's been in WWE since 2016. So he's been with them for a long time now.
That video, that edit, the literal clip of him is from 2016, like with the short hair.
Oh,
that part.
Yeah. Oh, so that okay. All right. So you've seen a little bit when you had to make that edit. So you've seen.
I saw
some.
that match. I saw that.
Man, I would love to see the cruiserweights back in action. Who's someone who he's not usually a part of NXT, but you know what they say his name and he appears. I'm unprepared tonight. My lovely guest host, I don't have the Joe Hendry picture, but we had Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey in the battle of who's the better Joe, and somebody better call Joe Mama because it was Joe Hendry who was the better Joe tonight. Joe Hendry gets a massive win against Joe Coffey. My guest hosts are shaking their heads at me. They're regretting all of their choices tonight on this lovely Tuesday night and about coming on the Nightcap, especially with that Joe Mama joke. What did we think about Mr. Hendry versus Mr. Coffey, Mr. Nitram?
Joe Hendry is going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm 100% locked in on this, y'all. I think I'm calling it now. They hear me out.
Say something right now.
They are putting so much investment into this man right now. And this is not a rookie. So he's doing his NXT run while in TNA. His TNA contract will expire. This is already open news. He's allowed to go straight to WWE. He's already over. He will win the Rumble, and he will fight someone like a Gunther or a Drew or whoever at Mania. They're going to push him to the absolute moon. They have no reason not to. He's invested. I'm invested. Now. Joe Henry's the future, y'all.
I see why Trent's 7 hair gray. Nigga, what? Like, what are you talking about? What? What? You've stressed me out.
Joe Henry, the future.
My co-host would not be okay
He's going
if I didn't. I'm sorry to interrupt. My co-host wants me to tell y'all that we're tired of Joe Hendry being forced down our throat.
Really?
It's an oversaturation, like a hint, a little bit of him once a month or at the end of a pay-per-view, like a little, like when his logo was on the door with Brooks Jensen, like I can deal with that, but just he's on the show. We know he has a half contract. He can train with the people. Like, just give him the Royal Rumble already, like he said. Like at this point, like it's too much. It's not a surprise.
I'm gonna have a heart attack on the Nightcap tonight. My goodness.
I'm gonna get doxxed. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say all that. Jesus Christ.
I'm off my game. I don't even know where to go from here, ladies and gentlemen.
I love Joe Henry, but I don't know him. So, like, what is this?
I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to be like
crying.
number 4 in the Rumble. Someone's going to say his name, and he's going to appear, and he's going to win the Rumble.
No, he's going to be 30.
Just like that.
By 30, people are going to be anticipating him, and they're going to be screaming his name.
Yep.
Already.
And they're going to say his name, and he'll appear.
His name is... Bro, get the...
I mean, the comments
Henry
here,
for the Rumble.
like
I'm starting something.
If they waited so long to push
It's
LA
not-
Knight, they will do the same to Joe Hendry. Ooh, podcast.
It's not the
Smitty.
same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. LA
Strike.
Knight never needed a title.
But also, I
LA
don't know
Knight
much
was always super over and never needed a title.
I don't know about LA Knight's work in other promotions, so I can't speak there.
He's a TNA guy.
TNA.
Did he win
man.
things
Go.
in TNA?
Yeah, he did.
Has Joe Hendry won anything aside from that internet belt from AJ Francis?
That's
Doesn't
outside
need
of
to.
that. I don't. Yeah, I
That
don't think
sounds
he
like an
has-
industry plant to me.
The agenda is clear
telling
with
you.
Torin that Joe Hendry's an industry plant. Knit-Rom wants Joe Hendry to win the Royal Rumble. I just want Joe Hendry to have fun and entertain us. Like I have zero like expectations.
No
I have
stake in
zero-
this at all.
I genuinely love listening to Joe Hendry talk. I love listening to him sing. And I think he's
Right.
a pretty good wrestler in the ring as well. So like I'm cool with him showing up in NXT when he wants. But I want to see more of the songs, and I want to see him start targeting certain NXT superstars and writing songs about them. Like I'd love to hear a song about like the Good Brothers or something. I'd love to hear a song about maybe Trick Williams, if they turned, Joe Hendry or Trick heel face, vice versa. I'd love to hear a song about that. I definitely could see him pulling some stuff out with him and Mello and making fun of Trick about, that whole situation. But yeah, I don't know, Knit-Ram, you
But friend,
wow, the
that
Royal
would
Rumble.
mean they would have to commit to pushing Joe Hendry almost exactly like Elias. If they,
That's
like you
also
said,
true.
like they would have to commit to that, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, you could, but I don't know.
They should. They dropped the ball on Elias.
Huh.
I will always say Elias is the biggest drop ball in recent wrestling.
Especially because he can wrestle. Like them knee strikes, boy used to jump.
Yeah. I agree, Knit-Ram. I think if you're gonna pick one name out of WWE that they dropped the ball on, Elias is him. Dude, you had crowds doing the walk with Elias everywhere. Like that massive ball drop. So I like that shout, man. We've made it to the main event here of NXT, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the NXT Tag Team Championship match. We've got MSK taking on Axiom and Nathan Frazier for those beautiful tag titles. Go ahead and get that one on the shoulder strap here. There you go. These beautiful NXT tag titles. One of my favorite belts in WWE are these tag titles. I think they're nice and sleek, and they just look good on the waist and shoulder of someone. Knit-Ram, make them say, "Oh, damn," again, because you got me in a tornado here tonight, dude. I cannot slap a tornado. I am lost.
I'm going to start with this. This match was worth the wait. It cooked. Then these guys, they just Axiom and Frazier don't miss. Obviously MSK don't miss. I would have booked it just a little bit different, y'all. I think they pulled the trigger a little too early on this. I would have had MSK, and hear me out here, MSK win the NXT tag titles. Had the Rascals win the TNA tag titles. And then right, because then you have one guy who's a champion on NXT and a champion on TNA. My camera,
He zoomed in.
That's crazy. But my whole camera just zoomed in.
Keep going, bro.
They can
Keep cooking.
still hear
Keep
me.
cooking.
And I'm gonna prove my point.
Keep cooking.
All you had to do was simply let's see. Oh, I accidentally clicked close up. Okay, there we go. All they had to do, they would have one champion on each show, y'all. They would have had one champion on each show, and it would have been the same guy. And then you turn on Wes, or Wes turn on. I think Wes turning was perfect. So I'm not 100%. Wes has no friends. I agree. He doesn't. He has no friends.
Right.
They left him. They left him.
Well, they left him.
Quotation marks. They left. But where does this go? Like, that's 2-on-1, right? So
No
Wes
idea.
has a friend. Who's Wes' friend? You know what I mean? Like,
Who?
is he planning on doing 2-on-1? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Who?
Obafemi.
Who Wes got?
Boy.
And I want to give props. Not Omos. I want to give props to Shawn Michaels because I was done with the Wesley stuff. I was done with it. I was done with it when he was still fighting Oba. I was done with it. But just when I'm out, he brings me right back in. Because, man, they cooked on it. They cooked on it.
Torin, what are your thoughts here? We've let Nitram give his fantasy booking. So what do you think here? Too soon? Trigger pulled too soon? Or right on time?
I will be completely honest. Me and Nitram were talking about this for a half a second. I was completely taken aback and caught off guard by the Wesley turn. Honestly, like they've been playing in our face for so long about Fraxium that I already had a very intricate way that I wanted their thing to happen. And if it involved MSK getting the belts and then the turn happening, I was fine. A means to an end. So Wesley going past the, sad within himself, needing his friends, crying, to just straight, Randy Orton rage, neck. I'm like, bruh, I didn't expect this. So I don't know where this goes, honestly. Obviously, I would assume we're all under the impression that Wesley he should be having his eyes on the big belt at this point.
Yes.
I want to see him fight Obafemi with this persona, but what is this going to help Wesley get the belt back, and then we get heel Wesley with that belt?
Possible. I would personally throw Wesley in the NXT Championship picture. I think he's well past the North American Championship picture. Okay. So ideally, I want to see him use this as a stepping stone to the world title or the NXT title.
Got you. Okay,
put Wesley and the TNA title picture,
please, now, today,
against Nick Nemeth.
Send him today.
I'm just saying.
Wow. There's a lot of different possibilities, especially when it comes to this TNA partnership, about what happens next. But there obviously has to be some sort of tag team match. Wes turned on Trey, but Wes doesn't have anyone now in his side. As your sticky note said, Wes has no friends. So what does this picture tell you here?
He doesn't need friends anymore. Matter of fact, he don't even need NXT right now. He's going to go to TNA and, like you said, go for that TNA belt, but then those two are going to cost him the belt. Little does he know. You do need your friends.
That's how I see it. And then you get a tag match down the line. I agree. That's the way they should book this.
With who? Someone from TNA?
That's a good question.
Because I don't know the TNA roster.
Who would his partner be? Because that's the tough one for me.
I wanted Mustafa, but he's gone. Mustafa Ali's gone. I wanted him.
Yep. He's finished with TNA. I wonder if that partnership had any playing into that. I'd like to not think so, but then again, I honestly don't know.
That hurt my feelings. He did.
I was shocked that he left TNA. He really was starting to really come into his own, but I guess maybe that partnership, he doesn't want to be affiliated with WWE in any capacity. I don't know. I'm speculating here. I don't want people to start quoting me on the friggin' internet. I'm like, oh, this guy's
I am
Perfect.
just a girl. I am not a reporter.
Perfect. Well, while we're quoting things here, I want you, Nitram, to tell the people about what's going on here very soon with Four Sides of the Ring when it comes to the second annual 3-count trivia tournament.
Well, it is what it is. We got season 2 of 3-count trivia. I added TNA and AEW to the mix, so you need to know your stuff. I got new games that I know Mike's not prepared for.
What else is new?
Both of y'all are competing. That's new. You know, I'm just saying. You know, Mike's a one-time loser, but Torrin coming in fresh.
Listen, I finally have a partner. We will dominate.
Anytime, any damn tournament on the internet wrestling community, it just seems that it's just against me, man. I can't win the tournaments. I can't win the big one, I guess. I'm on my LA Night Redemption tour right now. I'm gonna have to Logan Paul for the US title or something.
I'm on my Braun Breaker shit.
For what it's worth, Mike, we have a new quiz. We have a new quiz game called Nothing But the Truth.
Oh God!
Love that.
I dedicated it to you, man.
Oh my God!
That's all. You know, I'm just saying. You started a whole new section. Nothing but the truth.
I can only imagine what that entails. So when is this whole thing?
We got new belts, tag belts. So whoever you and your partner are can both have them.
So we each get a belt.
Right, we got tag belts this season.
Hey!
Whoa!
You sure will.
Whoa!
Tag belts.
Big news here.
Being made right now.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
And the defending champions want a bye week, and they're not getting that. Championship culture will fight all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
If they can make it that far. We will find. I'm not saying they can't, but we got competition this year. I think we're already past halfway for signups, which is great. And like I said, you know, we got people that are ready to play. Nothing but the truth.
And when is 3-count trivia going to be kicking off?
I believe, ideally, it's starting early September.
Okay.
So far
we're gonna let this month. Yeah. So, we're letting this. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, dang, I had something in my throat. We're letting people sign up. We're getting all our signups. We're building a bracket, and yeah, I mean, like I said, we're already halfway there. Once we have the last spots, we'll announce the brackets, who's going against who in the first rounds, all that great stuff. We'll have, like we did last season, we'll slowly start showing the titles. Titles is the best part about it this year. And, of course, you get the bragging rights, you know? I'm just saying, you know, you get it. You got to hold the belts like Shawn Michaels did in that one photo.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I win, that's what's happening. And the mouthing off with Mike Spicy link is coming just for that photo shoot. So mark your calendars on that one, ladies and gentlemen. The beginning of September, 3-count trivia will commence for the second time. We've got 2 belts this time. Both of you and your partner will receive a championship for 3-count trivia. And Nitram, are signups still available? Are there spots still left?
Nope.
Yeah. We still got spots. There are still spots left. We got spots. DM me, DM 4 Sides of the Ring. Tweet Mike. He'll give it to me. Yeah, like we got spots. We got opportunities. All you need is a tag team partner to join. That's all you need.
That's all you need, folks. And Torrin, tell the people what you got coming here on the docket for Black Masses and Constellations. I'm a little sad Tortellini couldn't join us tonight because I wanted to talk about her experiences from Raw last night, but that's okay because we got Nitram in here and he got to talk a little bit about 3-count trivia, but we've got one half of Black Masses. So tell the people what's cooking.
So we never really know. We just kind of take it week by week. Me and my tag team partner, Tortellini, is missing in action today. She was at Monday Night Raw this past Monday, so still recuperating and whatnot, getting her life together. What's on the docket? for Black Masses and Constellations. If you have not already, please go and follow us, listen, leave us a 5-star review on Spotify. We need to catch up more on AEW. Our last AEW episode was Forbidden Door, so we're trying to do better. But we just kind of take it week by week. If it's a good week for Raw, it might be a good week for us to talk about Raw. But we're definitely going to try to get our reactions to SummerSlam out pretty soon. Some kind of way, even though we're late, we usually be right on time. Check out any of my latest edits that I've dropped on Twitter. I know my little metaphor edit was cute, especially with them getting their comeuppance, so to speak, at Great American Bash week 1, week 2, free No Am Dar from wherever you're hiding him. So, like I said, follow my tag team partner, Tortellini, on Twitter. It's @__. I think it's, you spell it, Mike. You spell it. How do you spell Tortellini?
Tortellini.
I struggle with it every time. My name is Taylor's Karma. That's TaylorSkarmAA. No relation to the Wyatt 6. All relation to Trent 7. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to be more active on there. That's where the people are hiding, in the comment section. But talk Torin to me. I did not steal that from LA Knight. I took inspiration. So that's TALKTAUREAN, the number 2ME. And if you want to know Torian, I'm a Taurus. So Torian is like describing me and my things. And that's it. I've talked for a while.
I was gonna, that was my guess. That was my honest to God guess, Torin, was that it had something to do with your astrology placement. Yep. And I was on the money there. So and listen, and also if you want some astrology, hit her up for that too, because she does that, and she'll tell you a little bit about what's going on with Mercury in the refrigerator, because that's what hit us hard tonight. Was
if you send me a
vibes,
tip,
man.
Send me a tip and I got you. I can't do it for free no more.
She can't do it for free. Nothing in this world is for free. Everybody's got a price, and everybody loves 3-count trivia. Ladies and gentlemen, I am mouthing off with Mike. That is the man that makes him say, "Oh, damn, that's Nit Ram." And just go ahead and talk nice to her, but maybe talk Torin to her. That's Torin LP. We're out of here, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dealing with the shenanigans tonight. You know I love them. Not the technical difficulties, but that's all, folks. Bye, Marks. That's all, Marks. See you later. Thanks for watching the Nightcap.